Hi. Um, a lot's been going on lately, um, that I just want to talk about and kind of just put out there and get off my chest. Um, I still really don't know who watches these videos, but if you are someone who's dealing with the same thing as me, my heart goes out to you, and I hope that you can understand that you're not alone, and that if you want any information about this kind of thing, I hopefully provide it for you. Um, and right now I'm just kind of doing this for myself, just to just kind of start the healing process. And it's different when you say things out loud versus just writing them down in a journal or trying not to think of them at all. So it kind of helps me therapeutically, um, talking to a computer camera. Don't mind me if I tend to look up or if I stop what I'm doing because I'm at work, and I tend to feel comfortable to do videos at work, even if I don't post them, because I have time in this tiny box to think. Uh, and I'm also doing a track meet right now on a college campus, so a car's pulling up. So one moment. They're turning around. Okay, so I'm good. I'm a booth attendant at a university. Um, I cannot complain about my job. I do like it. Um, Works around my schedule. But anyways, so during the day, I'm usually fine, and I go about my day as usual with Joel and going to class and work, and I have these short moments where I'm in a store maybe and I see baby things, or I hear someone talk about a baby, or I see one, and I'll have a moment where I just freeze and I kind of ignore all the input coming to my brain from that experience, and I just try not to think about it, um, because it hurts. And I'm not even sure how much it hurts in those moments because I block it out so fast because I just don't want to feel anything. And it always seems to catch up to me right before I go to bed at night. Usually as Joel's drifting off to sleep, and I'm alone and I'm just sitting there, this crushing weight of just emptiness, or that everything's not okay, and somehow I stay awake because for some reason I think that I need to fix it, and like I can't rest until something feels better, but it's never going to feel better, and I don't understand, that whole thing about the nighttime and why that happens. It's interesting and weird because even people with nursing homes. I used to work in a nursing home, and people would do this thing called sundowning, where at night they would just act crazy. They would not be able to contain themselves, and they'd get emotionally distressed and upset. And I feel like there's something to that in humans at night, this feeling when it gets dark that I don't know. Um, when you can't rest, when you have insomnia, when things are going wrong in your life, when you're stressed out, rest seems like the last thing that you want to do. And for me right now, that's what's hard. And I sometimes just kind of call out to my father because he's passed on as well as my daughter, and I feel this loss of security, so I like to think that he's listening or watching, and that helps. But at the same time hurts because it reminds me of all the other loss that I've had in my life. So I sit there and I try to calm myself, and I even want to meditate. I want to meditate so much right now, but I just don't have the drive. So when I go to bed, I really want to go to bed, but yet I sit up and think I should be meditating right now and I could feel more of a sense of peace. I know I could. I heard this quote once that praying is talking to God and meditation is the act of listening to God. And I think that's a beautiful thing because when I used to meditate a lot, that's truly how it felt. It felt this sense of give back, the sense of me receiving this peace from whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, myself, the extension of the world. it was definitely coming from it felt like it was coming from an external source to me, this sense of calm, this sense of peace. When you're acting receptive and open, you feel the good just settle into your body. And yeah, sometimes we're just too busy, or we think we're too busy, or we just are scared of allowing ourselves to feel anything, because if you let yourself feel anything, then you can feel pain too, and you might not want to feel that. But anyways, um my relationship is good right now with Joel. It's always usually good. I mean, it's rare that we're actually in a bad patch, but you know, we've been together long enough where we know relationship isn't just about the good. You're going to have ups and downs, especially when you've been through the trauma that we've been through in a relationship. So, looking forward to our trip to California in 8 days. That's exciting. We're leaving Saturday. I can't wait to go. It'll just be so great. We really need the sunshine. We live in Ohio, and as you can see, well, that's, I'll show you. It's really cloudy. It's really cloudy. It's typically overcast in February, March, some of April, most of December and January, most of November. So when you have that much, there are breaks some days, but when you have that much of cloudy days, you have that many cloudy days, it's just like, oh, come on. So it'll be a really nice break in the clouds to visit my cousin in California. She's like half an hour out of Sacramento, so I'm super excited. Yeah, it's the little things every day that count. It is, with grief and all of that junk that comes with stress and anything you might be going through. You have to remember that the little things are the most important things, because so much of the little things make up your day-to-day activities. Like going to a different restaurant with your boyfriend or your friend or your family and trying something new that you end up liking, or finding a great song on the radio, which it can happen. And I do shout out to the Summit 90.7. They're based in Akron. I love them because every once in a while they play like this awesome new local band, and they're great, and they just give me so much hope for the world, for, you know, for future artists, and it's really nice. That's something that can boost my day, and just little things, you know? And sometimes positive affirmations help too. Tell yourself over and over again, no matter what, that, you know what, everything's going to be okay. And even if some part of you, that little pessimistic part of you, isn't sure, or you not sure if you completely believe it, say it anyway. Because it is. Even if you don't believe it, everything will be okay. And maybe on another little video blog someday, maybe I'll go into why I believe that, or why I choose to say that particular affirmation. But for now, just rambling, and hopefully things get better for me in the next few weeks. But honestly, I'm not sure I'll ever stop grieving Juniper, my full-term daughter that passed away 4 hours after being born because her lungs wouldn't work. She was septic and unresponsive. I'll never stop feeling that loss. And one more thing I'll say is, just because your baby never responded to you, when you hold them or when you see them, you see their face, it's more real than you could ever imagine. She will always be my daughter and my firstborn child. And I feel her presence no matter what. And I love her, and I always will.